Welcome to New Music Mondays.
Hey!
Hello, Martin.
I feel like that was not so much the start of New Music Mondays, more like Star Wars Episode 10 or something like
Okay,
that.
I'm going to play it one more time, just because it's our brand new intro.
Nice.
I absolutely love it. Tell us what you think of our new intro, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to New Music Mondays. A very cold Monday in Johannesburg.
Very
cold.
warm Monday in London. 24 degrees it is here today.
We were 3 to 13, and apparently we are expecting snow tomorrow.
Nice. Ah.
Snow. I don't know about nice.
Well, I
Not
don't know. I
used to
mean,
this weather.
because I don't know Joburg well enough. It's because some places look beautiful in the snow. When it snows, you kind of go, "Oh, this is like amazing. Everything looks gorgeous and sparkly and wonderful." And there are some places, in even near here, where it snows, just go, "That's just slush. That's horrible. How am I going to get to work?"
Well, understand, I've only seen snow in Johannesburg twice in my life.
Oh wow. Okay.
Bill says our new intro looks great.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. We like Bill. Hi to my mom. Sandy's watching. Hi, Ma. always make sure your mom's watching.
Oh
Very
wait, yeah, my
important.
mom's not watching. Sorry, I should tell my mom.
Tell your
Hi,
mom
Sandy.
to watch the show.
I'll not say hi, mom. I'll say hi, Sandy. That's
Hi,
different.
Sandy. Well, we have got a stellar lineup of brand new music today, and I'm so excited. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think this is a good lineup.
Well,
very
we have to keep trying to surpass ourselves, though, because every week so far has been a great lineup. So it'd be awful if we came on one week and went, "It's not that great this week."
But yeah,
Sorry.
every
It's
week
all right.
is great.
It's all right.
Yeah,
but
every week's great.
Of course it is.
But
That's the
I'm
point.
really excited because we've got 6 artists from across UK and South Africa.
Yeah.
We've got Blood Honey coming up, which Sito's already sitting in the back. Sito, we can see you. We'll be with you shortly. We've got Zoe Phillips. We've got CMR. We've got Warren Garvey. We've got Minnie Birch. We've got Sophie. I've lost Sophie's surname.
Sophie Kilburn.
Sophie Gilburn. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty
Nice.
much it. Hi to fame.org, always watching our shows. Big supporter of us. Thanks very much for watching as always.
I was going the wrong way. That was that way. Sorry. I
That
can't
way,
remember
that
where my
way,
camera
that
is.
way.
There we go.
Yeah, it's somewhere there. But let's get into the music and let's bring in our first guest. I'm really excited. All the way from a very cold studio somewhere in Johannesburg. We're not quite sure where because it's a secret. But ladies and gentlemen, we present Sito. From
Hello,
Blood Honey.
Sito.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good and you.
Really good.
Cool, thank you. Hi Martin. Hi, nice to meet you.
Likewise. How you doing? I like the backdrop as well.
Oh
Loving the
yeah, that's a
backdrop.
killer backdrop.
That's good.
Thanks.
Not least
Great
because you
band.
look like you could be in the band. So, you look like you're part of the merchandise.
That's very, very true. Sito,
I
it's
might
not
as well
the-
be.
Not the first time we're having music from you on New Music Mondays. You're kind of becoming a bit of a staple on here. We've already had the brand new Wonderboom track, which everybody is absolutely loving. And Martin was actually saying earlier, Martin, you can say you've been listening to it.
I did, yeah. I was putting together the playlist for last month, and that was, just, as I'm going through these, I kind of remember the tracks that come up, and the Wonderboom one came on. I was like, oh god, yeah, this is great. That was what I thought.
Thank you so much.
Great track. Great
Thank
track.
you so much. We're really proud of it. And I'm really personally I'm very in love with the song, and I love the direction that we are going in at the moment as Wonderboom.
Now, Sito, for me, there's kind of like, I'm feeling like there's, because as you know, and I've told Martin this before, I'm a massive Blood Honey fan. I mean, literally, the first time I ever heard you was like, wow, and we actually filmed you at Smoking Kills, and it was like the sound of Blood Honey. But there's a little bit of Blood Honey creeping into Wonderboom in a way. There's kind of electro sounds coming in there. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody, but I am infiltrating the Wonderboom creative camp.
I thought.
No, I'm just joking.
But there is a bit of electro feel coming into it, which I really liked about it, and that kind of the vibe of it is very good. But we're not talking Wonderboom tonight, so let's get down to Blood Honey. brand new
Cool.
single, and I can't stop listening to it. I think I'm on like listen number 70.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you.
It's such a cute track.
Um,
Tell us about the song.
Somebody who's listening to it almost as much as I've listened to it. Um, yeah. So Oblivion is in essence, it's an apocalyptic love song. Um, it was written a while back, but I kind of put it on the back burner for a while because I wasn't happy with my vocal delivery in the recordings, and even just musically, it was okay, but production-wise, it wasn't really blowing me away. I'm on this quest with Bloodhoney just to do something different. I think it's the one sort of project that I have where I really want to experiment. I really want to go there. I want to go as deep and as dark as I can. And that's kind of psychology is starting to also affect Wonderboom and what we're doing, and just going there and not worrying about radio play and being accessible and all that crap, you know.
Probably
So,
why I'm loving it so much, because it's dark and it's just groovy.
Thank you so much.
Dark and
So this song, I've been writing songs with my solo project for a while, for a couple of years now, with a songwriter in LA. Her name is Erin Alden, and we've been doing these Skype sessions once a week. And for a while, we kind of we were too busy to hook up, but we've been at it again. And I only decided to launch my solo project under the name of Bloodhoney just over a year ago. And we've released one song under that name that we wrote together, a song called Symphony,
Yes.
which has done pretty well. People have received it quite nicely. And this is the second song that I've written with her. And it actually turns out to be, well, not turns out to be, but actually is the first song that we started working on together. And then I just put it on the back burner while we worked on other songs, and I recorded other songs, and went on another mission. And then I dug this up again, just feeling that it was very appropriate for what we're going through at the moment, with the world ending the way it is.
Oh,
Great.
I didn't
don't have much
realize it
longer
was
left.
actually
I might
ending.
I might as well get that bottle of tequila and just carry on drinking right now then.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well fall in love while you're at it too,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Good
but
advice.
now just getting onto the single, because this cover needs a video. I'm just seeing this beautiful apocalyptic love story
It
video
looks
that
like
is
it
just
might
crying
need
out for
a
it.
significant budget by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So, and it's funny, my brother designed it for me. He lives in the States. He lives in Florida. And I needed somebody to do the artwork, and he does graphic design and digital art and stuff like that. And I just said, hey, I'll pay you. Might as well design something for me. And that's what he came up with. And I'm so proud of it, and I'm so proud of him.
It's beautiful. It really is. And it just is crying for a video. It definitely has to. But I think we've actually, aren't we filming with, when am I filming with you? Is it this week or next week?
It's this week, yeah, this
It's
week.
on Wednesday. That's right. So yeah, Martin. So
On
our new
Wednesday.
our Tales from the Lounge. We actually have Bloodhoney. We're filming this Wednesday,
Brilliant.
and hopefully we're going to be doing this track as well. So yeah, we'll be able to potentially showcase the video next week, maybe on the show.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we're I don't have access to all of my band members for this performance on Wednesday.
Ah, okay.
So it's going to be a reinterpretation of the song. But what I'm loving about the songs, ever since I've started the project, I've had to do different versions of the songs because of the format at which I'm performing in, mostly unplugged. So very stripped down, intimate. I'm also going to be releasing a lockdown video tomorrow promoting the song as well, with all of the players that I have in my band. One particular guy who actually recorded on the song, Andre van Rensburg, who lives in Japan. And
Wow.
he filmed himself, and he actually put the video together for me, the lockdown video. So look out for that. That's going to be quite cool. And
Cool.
again, it's another version of the song. It's not the studio version. So I'm really appreciating that the songs have got, they can stand on their own two legs and have value on their own without needing the bells and whistles.
Which is kind of what I really like about your songs as well, is that you are able to reinterpret them in such unique ways as well. I remember when we did the version, which was Nocturnes. Was it Nocturnes that we did?
Yeah,
Smoke
Nocturne,
Kills.
yeah.
That track, the way you did it there compared to the original as well, was so different, but yet stood out. And I mean, that's kind of why I love Blood Honey, because you could literally just sit in a piano. It'll still have the darkness and the beauty of the song as to the full electronic version.
Thank you so much, Julian. It means a lot to me.
Cool. Well, let's listen. I'm sure everybody wants to hear the track. Sito, I know you're busy, so thank you so much for coming to join us. I know you said you're
Thank
in
you.
studio
Thanks for having
tonight,
me. I
so
appreciate it.
We're
Yeah.
really excited to play the track, and I'll let you get back into the studio. So we're going to check
Thank
it
you
out.
so
And
much.
guys, I am sharing the link as well onto all platforms from the YouTube video, the YouTube single. So go and check it out and check out all the tracks from Blood Honey. We'll be adding it to our Spotify playlists and to our YouTube playlists. And we are going to take a listen, and we'll be back shortly afterwards. Lots of brand new music here on New Music Mondays on Discover TV. I think I should be on radio.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Martin. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Take care. Thanks,
Sito.
man. See you soon.
Guys, let's check it out.
Cool.
Here is Blood
Yes.
Honey with Oblivion. I was going to say Nocturnal.
When our world feels like it's falling down and every little piece hits the ground. Scrambling souls run for cover, but I'm reaching out for my lover. Outside, I feel you on the inside. I wanna hold you. Take a little break, take a little break, take it with me. Give me a reason to give a damn about the rise and fall of the moon. If we use a little bit of imagination, we can almost feel the sensation of love. Outside, I feel you on the inside. I wanna hold you. Take a little break, take a little break, take it with me. 'Cause tonight, there are reasons to fight. We're all safe here. Take a little break, take a little break, take it with me.
Oblivion, Blood Honey.
Fabulous. You know what? This will probably mean something to you, Julian. I'm sure. I remember the first time I heard "Pretty Hate Machine" by Nine Inch Nails,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it was kind of the similar sort of feeling listening to that, as going,
Yeah.
"This is
Well,
what is this, and where can I hear more?"
You need to go and listen to the rest of his tracks, Martin. It's a phenomenal. It's a phenomenal brand that he has created, and I love the name. I love the whole symbolism around it and everything, and it really is. And I really would love to do. Well, we're going to be shooting Sito on Wednesday for Discover TV, live from the lounge, which I'm really excited about. We've got some other killer bands, and one of the bands that we're going to be having on as well that we're shooting next week actually are coming up just now. But as everybody knows, we go one South African, one UK artist. So we have Sophie Kilburn coming up next. And Minnie says, love it. This is really, really nice. My mom said this is really awesome, Sito. My mother's loving your track. And straight after Sophie, we got CMR coming up. I can see the guys in the background, Nick and Javier. So guys, stick around. I can see you. And I'm really excited about that track. But let's get Sophie and Martin over to you.
Okay, hello, Sophie.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. Splendid,
Hello,
thank you very much. As we're kind of, I think it's slightly different, and at this end of the thing, where Jules is at, I think he knows a lot of the artists. I know a lot of the artists that I'm speaking to, but as has been quite common, we've not met. So hello.
I know, I'm really happy. I mean, even though it's virtually,
Yes.
or remotely, at least
That's good.
finally, I feel like
we've got
I've
to
seen
start there. We've got to start there. So it's lovely to finally meet you. First track, debut single, Indigo Fever, was how long ago now? How long ago was that?
That was October last year.
Yeah, so it's not long really. It's kind of 9 months into what's going on. How's it going so far?
It's going good, yeah. I mean, even though if you look online, it seems like I've only started since October. I've been writing for years, and
Sure, yeah.
Indigo Fever was really a milestone for me to kind of go, I'm going to self-release, because I was waiting a lot. So I was like, screw that. I'm just gonna do it myself, okay? And give it a go. And so I released Indigo Fever, and then in March I released Broke, and then I've literally just released Call Home.
Yeah, so this is the current. Thank you. That's a brilliant history, and that's exactly what I was going to go through.
Good.
And Call Home is the single which just came out last week. Which is, I suppose it's slightly different from the first two. The first two, I suppose, were a bit more, how would we say, a little bit more raw, a little bit more sort of at it.
I like to maybe a little bit more punchy, I guess.
Punchy, that's a good
anthemic,
phrase.
maybe.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of, whereas Call Home seems to be a little bit more reflective. Is that did it start before our sort of current period of everyone being inside, or was it?
I know it's like it was meant to happen,
Yeah.
Well, I wrote the song a few years ago, actually, but regards to the fact that I've released it now, it's taken on a whole new meaning of Call Home, and I think it hopefully is now more relatable than ever.
Yes. Yeah, and along with the song, which has a great message, as you said, like very straightforward message, which is called Home Connect. But continuing that thematically, you've got a campaign starting at the end of this month as well,
yes,
to really connect with the message of that as well. Do you want to say a little bit about that campaign as well?
Yeah, so it's called the Call Home campaign. Really stuck it to Call Home. And the Call Home campaign starts on the 27th of June to the 27th of July, and it just runs on social media. Like I say, it's about making sure people keep staying connected and share some love. So they do that by just doing a screenshot of the next FaceTime or Zoom party call that they have with their friends or their family.
Nice.
And then they just post it online and then just say why they're grateful for that person or those people in their lives, and then tag 3 friends to do the same. Tag myself, Sophie Kilburn Music, Instagram and Facebook, and Sophie Kilburn Twitter. Nice plug, slip that in. Yeah, and then it just hopefully will start a chain. Like, the whole idea is to bring solidarity with everyone, with everything that's going on, from the pandemic to Black Lives Matter. It's just to kind of bringing people back to listen to each other and to connect again.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
make a
think it's-
video out of it, out of all the messages and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why I need people to do it. So
Yeah,
please,
gotta
you
do
guys
it.
get
I like it.
involved.
Gotta do
please.
it. Get involved.
Yeah.
I've
like
just
it, I
taken.
like
I just thought as you were talking, I thought I've just taken a screenshot right now because I thought we should do that. That's what we're doing, right? So
Amazing.
I've just
Amazing.
I've just done that. So
Thank you.
That'll happen.
Screenshot. There we go. Everybody smile. I've done that click. You heard it.
Yeah, you did it. You did it. I mean, I think you're right. It's a great message, and if there is I think there's a number of potential positives. I want it to be really optimistic. A lot of potential positives that have come out what has been a very difficult period for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
potentially it's allowed us to kind of look at where our future goes and what we think, how we take care of each other, how we take care of the planet, all sorts of things that
Definitely.
are going on. And I think it's a really awesome campaign to kind of focus on keeping that connection going. Because the very first Zoom call that I decided, as we couldn't go to coffee shops, I did a coffee shop
Yes.
connection thing. It's like, I just did an open Zoom link on Facebook. I
Nice.
said if anyone wants to pop by, it'd be nice to say hello. And a guy that I know really well, he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
We stay connected on Facebook and all that bit. But we figured out we hadn't probably spoken for about 13 years.
13.
Wow.
Whoa.
13 years actually
Wow.
speaking to each other because we're in different parts of the country, different parts of the world and all that bit. So we connected we've written messages and stuff like that. But actually speaking like this, we hadn't done for 13 years. And that is, like I say, that's the sort of the positive thing. And the point that I think you're making, not to want to speak for you, but it'd be
isn't it
terrible
amazing
if
how
that
many
that needs
people
to
we've
continue,
connected
right?
with because of this?
Pardon, sorry?
Isn't it amazing how many people we've connected with because of
Yes.
this?
Yeah.
Because we can't be so socially active. All of a sudden, people that we hadn't spoken to in years, we're talking to again. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, like I had my birthday actually in lockdown, and it was one of the best birthdays I've ever had. Like people, the effort. I mean, it was incredible. I'm talking like pina coladas. We had a barbecue. I mean, it was great. I mean, I was looked after. I mean, I'm very lucky to have a great, strong friendship network, but they really showed themselves on that day, and I was like, I know how to pick them, you know.
Awesome.
Nice.
I think it's a brilliant message and a great campaign.
Thank
so
you.
very good luck with it. I think we were going to we've got the audio for the track, but we were actually going to play a little bit of Broke, the acoustic thing that you did.
Well,
of
I can
Oh,
play
cool.
a bit of
Okay.
both if you would
We could do a
like.
bit
I
of
mean, we
both,
can
yeah.
maybe
Yeah, do
play-
whatever.
Let's
Yeah,
play
yeah.
like a minute and a half of Broke, and then we'll come back quickly, chat us a little bit about, and then we'll play a little bit of Call Home as well. So
Yeah.
are we going to start off with Broke then, Martin?
Yeah, because I think
Right.
this is really cool. I was just watching this the other day
cool.
again. I thought it was really good.
I've
Oh,
got
thank
to,
you.
okay, hang on. I've got to do this then because my life in
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do
My
it.
life in
I-
technology is very confusing. So
It's
I
great.
need to
I
go
get
like
get the
this.
easy job of just chatting away, and then
Okay.
people
'Cause
don't
I
realize how
actually-
And-
Julian's actually
and-
got 6 hands.
And Julian's by the beach
Okay.
as well.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, do you like my beach?
I love it.
It's minus 2 degrees on my beach.
Oh wow, is that why you're wearing fleece? Is that what you're wearing?
Yeah, it's 2 degrees or minus 2 degrees in Johannesburg, South Africa. It is freezing. It's literally, and apparently we're expecting snow for the first time in 10 years tomorrow.
Whoa.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
It's going to be fun. But let's have a listen. Sophie Kilburn with Broke. We're going to take a listen to a minute and a half of this, then we'll come back and we'll chat and we'll play out the brand new track from there.
Wicked.
Let's do it.
It's time to leave this party 'cause I can't get in the mood. The joy's been stripped out of me. I'm a shell of who I knew. Don't know where I've gotten to. I've become lost like you. You took my strength to fly again. Now I can't enjoy the view. You fell with a broken wing, leaving me a broken thing. Can you tell me now, before I choke? Can we work it out? Why you cut so close? I'm broke.
voice, unbelievable.
Just what I was going to say, exactly the same thing. I think that's why I wanted to, just because I think it's a great showcase for your voice as well.
Yeah,
that
definitely
particular-
showcases your
Thank
voice
you.
beautifully.
Great.
So I'm going to get the next track ready just while we're talking, because there's a lot of tech stuff that I need to do in the background here. So it's like, okay, cut, paste, put in, go very quickly. As you can see, we do this all live. So anybody who thinks that this show is pre-recorded, it is not. We're
I love a bit
100%
live.
live.
Love a bit live.
It's got to be live. I mean, God, if we were pre-recording it, surely we'd do a better job than this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so let's see if I've got the next one ready, and let's see if we've got Call Home.
Oh,
Tell
there
me
we
if I've got
go.
the right track. I hope I've got the right song.
You have, yeah.
Here we go. Call Home, Sophie Kilburn.
I've been foolish, but damned if I'm blind. Saw a window, can't at least try. Here it's cold out. Am I doomed to fail? Or with age, will ambition run stale? It tears me up to cover up how I feel. Behind it all, behind the door, the truth kicks in. I'm lonely. No one must know that I'm lonely. Giving it slowly, well, I can't place the why. Maybe I should call home. Maybe I should call home. Maybe I should call home. Call home. Travel to the city lights, thought I was moving forward. Working overtime, singing in bar corners, and I crave for more, but I don't know where to start. And counting on love has never got me far. It tears me up to cover up how I feel. Behind it all, behind
Call
the
Home,
door,
Sophie
the
Kilburn.
truth kicks
We're just
in.
giving you a taste, guys, because
I'm
there's so much more to come of this young lady. I just know that, and I want to hear more. We definitely want to hear more, but obviously we only have an hour in the show, so I'd love to play both full tracks. But I have posted both the YouTube and the Spotify link in the comments on
Thank you.
the show. So let's just get rid of that
Yeah,
so we can
got
see
some
you
comments
again.
there as well. Loving it. Dan Thomas says, loving it.
Yeah.
That was like straight in. Sandy,
My mom says it's gorgeous.
girls rock. She
Girls
said as well.
rock.
Your mum.
They do. It's true. It's very true.
Fantastic. So I
And
think you've got.
is that an MTV T-shirt? I just have to know because I've been seeing that.
Yeah.
It is. Good old school. That's old 80s style. I love it.
Yeah. I really love this. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
obsessed with it. You know.
Great T-shirt. Really, really like it. Really, really like it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophie. We will
Fantastic.
be sharing all the links. We'll be adding them to our Spotify and YouTube playlists as well. Thank you so much.
Oh,
for joining
thank you.
us.
Yeah.
Thank you so
We've
much for
gotta
having
do-
me.
We've got to do this Discover TV Joburg South Africa London Festival, Martin.
It's happening. It's happening.
It has to, because just the talent that we're having. I don't know if you heard the song before, Sophie, from Blood
great.
Honey, and you're going to hear now coming up some incredible, this band, CMR. This track, if it doesn't get you off your seat pumping and jumping on the ceiling, I don't know what will. It's just great music, and I love sharing both the South African and the UK. I get so excited, as you can see.
As you could tell. As you could tell.
I'm like
should
I'm like
say.
a spring chicken in these situations. Like I'm
He is.
energized, buddy.
This is what. He's not even drinking. He's got. You might see him with a beer, but it's a zero alcohol.
Yeah.
beer.
Zero alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zero
is it?
alcohol.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought, I was like, oh, I should have brought some drink on, but okay.
Oh, well, you can. That's why we're online.
Oh,
But,
always welcome.
So we're rushing on ahead.
amazing.
Thank you so much, Sophie. We're going to head straight into the next band, but thank you so
Great
much
to
for
see
joining
you.
us.
Thanks,
We can't,
Sophie.
you
Thanks,
you
guys.
have to send us more as it comes out, please.
I
Stunning,
will.
stunning,
Thank you very
stunning
much.
voice.
Thank
Stunning
you,
voice. Love
guys. See you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Sure. I just get so carried away with the music.
yeah.
I'm going to get the next track just lined up before
And
we
not
get
just
these guys
it's not
coming
just the music though, is it though, Jules? That's what's
It's the
great as
people.
well. How good are these people as well? Just
I
kind
know.
of, you know, easy
So down
people to
earth,
speak to.
Easy, yeah. And you're going to like these next two guys, Martin. I have a feeling
wait.
you're going to really enjoy these next two guys because they are a lot of fun. And let's get them in.
Come on.
CMR! Did I do that right? The reason why I do that so excitedly is because we're talking rock and roll, baby.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, I have a confession to
time.
make. I got a confession to make. And excuse my language. Why the fuck haven't I heard of you guys before now? I know you guys from other projects, but I've never heard CMR before. Why?
Filthy mouth.
I don't
No,
know.
sorry, I had to. Because it's just like, I'm sitting here like, when Amy played it to me, I'm like, what the fuck? This is good.
I honestly don't know, man. It's weird because we've been going for 12 years and
And that I heard as well. And that's what even
Yeah.
astounds me even more.
yeah, but we didn't, I suppose we were a bit of bunch of lazy bums on our side. I guess work and everything else came in the way of actually promoting ourselves properly. So it didn't
Yeah,
help.
Yeah,
that's true.
you've done a shit job of it, guys, because I didn't
Yeah.
know who the hell you guys were.
Yeah, touche.
He means he's saying it with love, guys. He
Oh,
means it
God,
with
I'm
love.
saying
Oh,
that
I
because I think is it next week we're filming you guys as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Next
yeah.
week at Smoking Kills. So, guys,
Yeah.
you check out. We've got this brand new series as well that we've launched on Discover TV called Live from the Lounge. And Martin and I also have this kind of idea that we're going to be doing. So, Martin's going to get artists into his studio, and we're going to do Discover TV Presents Live, where we have an artist perform for half an hour live from London, and then an artist from South Africa for half an hour live from Smoking Kills. Don't you guys think
lovely.
that's a great idea?
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. That's really cool.
It's like taking New Music Mondays to the next level.
And maybe we
Nice.
should do it behind the other way around, Jules, because you're an hour ahead of us, aren't you? So we should maybe do it the other way around.
Yeah, you are 6:34. We're 7:34 right now.
Right.
Yeah, and when
Whatever.
and when we're going
Whatever.
to summer, it's 2 hours.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's
Yeah,
logistics.
anyway, so that's logistics. Yeah, but tell us, guys, CMR, brand new single, Monster. Please tell us about this track.
I was in a bit of a weird mood when I wrote it, but it's basically literally about the boogeyman. And the song is sung out of the boogeyman's perception.
Wow.
But there could be a darker undertone to it. It could either be in the little boy's mind or you could be suffering abuse at home. You got to make up your own mind about it. I don't know. I only thought about that after I looked at the lyrics. I'm like, whoa, what is
Yeah, it's-
wrong with you?
This is why no one's heard of us before.
Oh, God, I love this show. It's so fun. I have said, but this is the most amount of fun I have the entire week is this show. It's so... Okay, the video is a lockdown video, I'm gathering, because you guys have
Yes.
done it in that kind of 4 parts kind of vibe. We'll just get it ready
Yeah,
up on the
but getting
screen,
into it though, there's no sort of holding back in it though. It's got
No.
It's still like I'm not sitting like that. Proper getting into it.
Oh, yeah. Bang in the head. Oh, yes.
Hang in there. That's how you know it works.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys doing things like kind of in singles, or is there an album coming, or how are we expecting more from CMR?
At the moment, singles, but we might have something in store later EP-wise. We normally only do like 4 or 5 track EPs in general, because it is quite a lot of money to try and do an album, which we don't really have because we are...
No.
Yeah, musos, what can you say?
Yeah.
You do it if you feel it.
Luckily, we
I
have
got
day
a feeling
jobs as
I
well.
need to hear a full album of just this power. And the name, CMR, where does that come from?
Nick, you want to do this one?
No, I can't tell it properly. I'll destroy it. But I know it has to do something with a 1 liter Steri Stumpy.
Yeah.
1
which
liter
is-
series. I love this. I got to hear this. Keep going.
Yeah,
So
so
CMR is an acronym.
yeah, it's an acronym. It stands for Chocolate Milkshake Reservoir. And basically, our guitarist saw this giant 1 liter chocolate milk Sterry Stumpy, and his buddy said, "Wow, that's like a chocolate milkshake reservoir." And it's like, "Hey, that's a cool band name." And then we started the band.
Well, Martin, have you ever heard a description of a bad name like that in your life before?
No.
No.
I'm
In
gonna
the
say no.
51 years I've been alive, that's the first description of a band name like that I've ever heard.
And once again, that's why you haven't heard us before.
Well, the world is going to be hearing more of you, and we're going to hear more of you right now.
Go.
Guys,
Nice.
let's do this. And everybody, turn the volume up past 10 to 15 and then go all the way to 20. And if you can, play it even louder. This is CMR. How's that for an intro? Eh? With Monster.
Very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it'd just been wrong to stop it at any point, would it?
Yeah, no, I
You just
couldn't stop
you
that.
just can't do it. You can't do it.
I wanted to do this vibe.
No.
That's actually the intro into our next song, our next artist that we're going to be having live. So I'm just letting everybody see that right now.
He's losing the plot.
I'm losing the plot. It's rock and roll, man.
Fantastic track. Fantastic track.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank
also,
you.
I want to say, I love the creativity that's coming out as well, not just in the kind of the music that's coming out of this period as well, but like having to, presumably you wouldn't have planned to do a video like that for that track had we not been in this sort of lockdown.
No,
period.
not at all.
But to then create visuals like that as well, which is great because it's, I mean, there's straightforward stuff, but who did the editing on that? Because that's brilliantly edited as well. Got to say, some really good stuff on that.
Yeah, it's our guitarist Etienne who couldn't join us unfortunately tonight, but the whole thing was basically his idea, and he completely blew me away. I didn't even know something like that could be possible, really.
Yeah, it's
me
really
being
cool.
Me being technologically, how can I say it, held back, I think is the word. So I was blown away.
Yeah, that's really good, guys. Fantastic.
No, thank you so much.
Guys, it's a phenomenal track, and I can't wait to shoot you guys next week at Smoking Kills. I'm so excited to see you guys live. I think it's the energy that we just see in the video. I can't wait to see that come in. Amy says, Nick, fucking always eating, bruv.
Always. Peanut butter sandwiches.
Peanut butter sandwiches. Peanut butter sandwiches and chocolate milk stumpies. And the chocolate milk reservoir.
There's at least 2 merchandising ideas for you right there, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Guys, get on it.
We
We
need a
need more.
Sponsorship.
Okay, if anybody's watching from Sterry Stumpy, Amy, organize it. The guys need Sterry Stumpy sponsorship. I've never heard a band ask for a Sterry Stumpy sponsorship before. So if Sterry Stumpy don't catch on to this, then I have no idea.
Get on it.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast having you guys on the show. I can't wait to see you guys live next week. And guys, we have posted the link to the video. We'll be adding it to our Spotify playlist and our YouTube playlist. So thanks very much for joining us, guys.
and thank you so much for having us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.
guys.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Nice one.
Cool. Wow. Okay, Martin, can I get ready now? Because I think the next one we have, I'm going to do this properly.
Should
do this properly. There we
I
go.
apologize in advance?
Martin apologizes in advance because I'm really excited because we are now talking football. Should we bring her in? Because then she's going to think I'm
you
totally
need to press a
mad.
button, otherwise it's just you and me being mental.
Did I get it right? Have we got it?
You did that.
I can't see anything.
You pressed the right button.
pressed the right
I should apologise. Minnie Birch, hello. And,
Hello.
And I'm sorry about my colleague Julian, who's gone slightly mad. He's got a bit giddy because the football's back this week, and I've told him it's football themed album you've released. And,
I'm
and it
impressed
really
with the
is.
effort. Thank you, Julian.
You can tell how excited I am about the football coming back, can't you, Minnie?
Yeah, so you're excited about the Premier League coming back?
Just a little bit.
Or,
Just
yeah?
I think he's even more excited because he's a Liverpool fan. So.
Yes. Yeah. Getting ready to take your title.
Oh, yes.
Giving
We waited
Henderson his
30
title in his empty
30
stadium.
years. 30 years
Yeah.
we waited for this.
So excited. Oh, well, I don't know. I guess they're not having that home advantage and stuff. It's going to be strange, isn't it? It's kind of a bittersweet moment.
It is, but we'll take it any which way we can, I suppose, for want of a better way.
Because Anfield's like this unshakable fortress, but I think that's the 12th man, as they call it a lot of the time.
yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how. I feel like as a musician that's been talking to other musicians about how it feels to perform live streaming online with no audience. I'm kind of interested in those similarities for players. Obviously, I'm not playing to 80,000 people in a stadium, but it's that, that does drive you on, affects your whole performance and morale. So it would be interesting to see what they kind of say about the experience of
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
playing to nobody.
No crowd. How weird.
Well, I've been watching they started Serie A now, they've started La Liga, they've started the Bundesliga, obviously it's been going a lot longer already, and I've been watching the games. The kind of where, I think is it the Bundesliga where they've started adding the crowd noises?
Yes.
They've actually added crowd noises into it, which is kind of, it does make it feel more football, but when you play it with no sound, it's just too weird.
It's quite haunting. All those things you don't hear, like them kind of upping at each other. Yeah. I mean, I haven't really been watching any football because I feel a bit torn about whether it's one of those things we've all done a bit too soon and whether I want to support it. But I've just been following the outcomes with interest. And the Bundesliga, there's not been many home wins for a lot of teams that usually have a home win. And that, I don't know, that kind of interests me a little bit, that social aspect
we've got
of the
25
game.
points to play with. So I think 25 points.
I think Liverpool will be all right.
Yeah, I think
but
we'll be okay.
I'm gonna try and haul this back by some way
Sorry.
of a segue. No, you're doing fine. It's him. You're doing because you quite rightly mentioned the social aspect of it is the whole point of your new album. And the idea of the communities gathering on the terraces, singing together, supporting their team, getting behind the community and the players and all that. But that's really the driving principle behind the album. You're not singing anymore, Volume 1.
Yeah, gosh, thank you, Martin. That was a beautiful segue. Thank you.
Really good, Martin. You should be on a TV show, Martin.
Yeah, that is the whole. That's the whole attraction, was the community. I felt not only the history of the songs, but the community, particularly of lower league football, really reminded me of my experiences of the folk world. So I think that's what kind of kickstarted my desire to do something. And I'm not a massive football follower in the game sense. I am more interested in that kind of social, political, historical aspect. So to be seeing football go ahead without the 12th man is, quite interesting in a way.
And like you said, those folk traditions, a lot of those songs that are sung on the terraces traditionally come from folk songs that people, and as you've done the research into the album to find that even the people singing them may not know where the songs come from in the first place. Yeah.
Well, you were telling me about what's it? You'll Never Walk Alone, Martin, earlier. That is.
We were talking about, obviously as a Liverpool fan, we're talking about obviously not a song that you featured on the album, and actually a different route in. But even speaking to Julian as a big Liverpool fan, I was saying, well, You Never Walk Alone, of course, comes from the musical Carousel by Rodgers and Hammerstein, I believe, and he had no clue.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and I just assumed that was. As I say, I kind of went into this not knowing too much about football, and I thought that was just a Liverpool song and no one else touched it, but that's not really the case. It's a Celtic song, isn't it? And and I just associate that entirely with Liverpool. So those kind of things, the history of them, just interests me. And luckily, I've found that it interests a lot of people, and that it's been one of their putting out music is always lovely, but I think and sharing songs you've written yourself, original work, which is what I usually do, is really special thing to do. But I've had a lot more conversations about other people in releasing this, if that makes sense, and it's felt a lot nicer rather than just talking about myself and my songs. I really feel like I've built a nice community to talk to. So it's been a nice bit of.
When I spoke to you for the podcast that we did around the album, you were saying it also allowed people to really open up about their own personal histories and particularly relationships within their families as well, I think you said.
Yeah, we had a big chat about this, didn't we? I found a lot of the time that even people that were quite close to me, they shared quite like poignant stories about their dads. I found a lot. So I thought it was quite interesting, particularly, we spoke about this before, that there's all that talk about men in particular don't talk about their feelings or their emotions. And I kind of felt like I'd found this little secret that actually a good way to get people to talk is to say, oh, do you remember going to the football as a kid? And all of a sudden there's like a lot of stuff they'll share from that one question that I was innocently asking because I was so new, I was wanting to find out. And I just, found it had a lot of people's identities are so tied up in their football teams. And sometimes even if that's not where they're from, it's still a really big part.
Fanatical about English football. It's massive.
It's really interesting.
Across the world.
It's nice when it's nice when it's a driving force for like positivity in a community sense. Yeah.
And just quickly touching back on the social aspect, and I think it's also such an important reason for football to start again. I was watching a segment on Sky News. I was either yesterday or the day before about the youth and how COVID has impacted on the youth of today, and how the fact that they're calling it the lost generation. Mm-hmm. And things like football, because football is such a massive part of youth culture and part of youth wanting to play football, they're losing out. And so many young footballers aren't getting the chance to go to trials, aren't getting the chance to do this, to do that. And I understand the impact in terms of people dying, etc., but the impact it's having on people's lives outside of the disease is far greater. And we're seeing it in South Africa in ways that you cannot believe. They're talking about the biggest depression since the Great Depression. We're talking about potentially 12 million people being unemployed in this country. That's a frightening statistic. A friend of mine posted literally 5 minutes before the show, Bulawayo in Zimbabwe, there's no water, there's no electricity, and there hasn't been for nearly 2 weeks now in the city. People are dying on the streets because they've shut everything down.
Yeah.
So I know we have to kickstart the planet in terms of, and I know this is a music show, guys. Sorry, I'm digressing slightly, but I think it goes back to what you were saying about social. It's so important.
The social
we
and
start
community
to connect.
aspects of it, yeah.
Yeah, we have to connect physically again. We have to re-kick our lives, and football is such a passionate thing in so many communities, and so many people live for it in so many different ways.
Yeah. And the beauty and the romance and the community aspect of it, and the traditions and the way that people have come together and connected, all gathered together in this wonderful album as well.
So good.
It's really good, I know. Thank you. But truly it is, because it is those sort of songs that come together, and you've connected and got stories from people, so you've introduced those into the album as well. And you gathered a group together to actually come and do some terrace songs as well. You kind of got some people to get on a terrace and recorded them singing.
Yeah, it was quite short notice, so we were quite a small terrace, but it still sounded fantastic. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
So the album is a collection of these sort of folk-connected songs. The one that we're going to play now is less so, but connected as well. This is God's Footballer, which is a Billy Bragg song. Some people may know Billy Bragg and may have heard of him before.
Billy Bragg.
Yeah. And this was Minnie, tell us what the song was about originally.
So it's based on Peter Knowles, the Wolverhampton Wanderers player, who kind of gave up his career to follow like a life of the church. I believe he's a Jehovah's Witness. So yeah, it's kind of about that transition and his career path. But it felt nice to include it because I think so many people are quite religious about football. So it seemed like a nice one to marry those ideas.
Yeah.
Should we listen to it?
Let's have a bit of
this.
Yes,
please.
Let's have a listen. God's Footballer. Here we go, Minnie Birch.
My dad got us all season tickets for Watford. As I was kind of like going on my own with friends, so like 15, 16 onwards probably, I'd say, joined in a fair bit. But obviously away matches, I guess, have more prominent like terrace songs because they're known as like the hardcore and the singing fans. But there was quite a few Graham Taylor ones. That was it. It was like Elton John's Taylor Made Army, obviously club legend, but sadly passed away last year.
God's footballer, hears the voices of angels above, the choir at Molyneux. God's footballer stands on the doorstep and brings the good news of the kingdom to
Back
come.
in the 1970s, it would have been 73, I think, Blackpool Football Club played Preston North End in the big local Lancashire rivalry.
While the crowd sings Rock of Ages and the goals bring weekly wages, yet the glory of the sports pages is but the worship of false idols and tempts him.
When you've only missed one league match in over 30 years, and that was the day your brother died, making the decision not to go to a game is very difficult, even though you're in your third
God's
consecutive
footballer turns on a sixpence and brings the great crowd to their feet in praise of him. God's footballer quotes from the Gospels while not
clubhouse is brilliant in terms of history. It's got quite literally a team photo from, I think it's maybe every other season, so I'm sure one of them is of when I was playing, because I was there for a good 4.
He scores goals on a Saturday and he saves souls on a Sunday, for the Lord says these are the last days. Prepare thyself for the judgment yet to come.
It's one of those games that always inspires something, but this particular game ended with Blackpool winning 3-0 away, which is still a talking point today, one of the best victories we've ever had over the local rivals. But the way it got there was quite interesting, because my brother Colin had this dilapidated Austin Cambridge. As we got towards Kirkham, this car started belching out black smoke, and I thought, what
His career will be over soon, and the ritual of a Saturday afternoon bid him a reluctant farewell, for he knows beyond the sport lies the spiritual.
Remember, like, playing Arsenal and getting drubbed like 3-0, and they were handing out ponchos before the game. That's how like heavy the rain was and stuff. But yeah, Watford, I'd say it's always had a good atmosphere. There's always been like a corner of the stand at least that was singing for most of the game. So,
But this time it was belching black smoke out at Preston fans who were all stood at a bus stop adjacent to our traffic queue, which pleased them no end.
So I decided, rather than staying at the Derby Folk Festival, I'd go to watch the Vale at Grimsby. Within 30 seconds we were
God's
a goal
football
down.
at Mini Birch.
But then in the depths of despair, you win a couple of games and you pull yourself up the league a little bit. And as we all
Love
know,
it.
it's
Let me pause that. Let me bring everybody back on screen. There we go. Martin's even got the album there. Why don't I have one of those, Martin?
I don't know what the postage is to South Africa.
I thought I'd just do that.
I'm sure we can get you one.
Get one. Oh, he's changed the screen.
Amazing.
Julian, you'll appreciate. I'm sure you'll appreciate this. The last line on the recording of that song is, "It's the hope that kills you," and I think, speaking as a Hearts fan, yep, it is.
I noticed there was also a lot of reference to Watford, actually, and I grew up with Watford in the 80s, and specifically Luther Blissett, Nigel Callaghan, and John Barnes. And when Elton John actually owned the club. And they were like kind of the glamour team of the 80s. Yeah,
Graham Taylor era, that they're talking about in the song there. So
yeah, and I was a massive Watford fan, I must be honest. I mean, they played amazing football, so yeah, it's good to hear.
I mean, they're still having a golden era, surely, Julian.
Yeah, but that was really, they made the FA Cup final. I think they came second that year, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there.
We need to find an off switch for you now.
Yeah, no, I've got to start. Okay, I'm going to stop talking football. I'm going to stop talking football.
But yes. But yeah, I mean, and honestly, I think that's why it's so great to have you on. I think it was great to have you on this week. I know the album's just out.
Great song, I have to say. Thank you.
The album just out now. In perfect time for the Premier League season starting again on Wednesday.
Yeah.
This time next week we'll be celebrating Liverpool's Premier League title, Martin.
Not intended, but yeah, it's fantastic. And as I said, there are tracks. So that's God's Footballers by Billy Bragg, but there are other tracks like things that you'll recognise, Julian. Blade and Races, John Brown's Body, Show Me the Way to Go Home. Even if you don't know the names of these songs, when you hear them, you'll go,
know them.
I've heard them on the terraces. Terraces.
Well, I can't wait to hear the whole album. We have posted a link to the video, as usual.
Thank you.
So in the comments, guys, and we'll be adding it to our YouTube and Spotify playlists. And yes, we're loving it. Thank you, Minnie.
No, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, guys.
Great to have you on.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye. And we go. And Martin, you'll be pleased to know my green screen is starting to fall down. But I'm hoping it's just going to stay till the end. We've still got 2 artists to go, and in the tradition of the show, we're going to go South Africa, and we're going to end off with the UK, because it is. Zoe, I hope you don't mind being patient with us. You've been unbelievable in the background there. So Zoe's giving us a thumbs up.
Good.
But we got to follow the whole SA UK kind of vibe that we have going, and I love doing that because it really does.
Oh, and a reminder for anyone listening: if you're not in South Africa or the UK, please feel free to get involved. We're happy to go UK, South Africa, somewhere else. That will work as well.
Well, we've had Mono Heart and we've had Shady Lanes from Hanoi. So it's not, and I was hoping to have that other video from the US ready for us today, but I just ran out of time this weekend editing because we've got what they call Youth Day in South Africa tomorrow, which is celebration of our youth in the country. And there's been so many Youth Day celebrations happening. It's a public holiday here tomorrow, and I've been just swamped with Youth Day content, trying to get ready for that tomorrow. So let's bring in our next guest all the way from, I think he's in Johannesburg. I actually don't know. Where are you from, Warren?
How's it, Jules and Martin? How you doing?
Hey.
Where are you from?
I'm from Joburg, but I live in Xperience, in Pretoria.
Oh, okay, so it's Joburg. Same thing.
Same place.
It's Gauteng. Okay,
same, but different.
Although he is 2 degrees warmer than where I am. Martin,
it doesn't feel like it right now.
And that's
it doesn't feel like it, man.
Yeah, it's always 2 degrees warmer there than it is where I am. It's just it's a Pretoria thing. As my mother says, talk football and music, and we have a very happy Julian. And a big shout out to everybody watching today from all across the world. I mean, so we're very excited. We're loving this show. We've had some amazing artists on today. We've still got 2 to go, and we're really excited to have you, Warren. And I pulled one of my famous Julianisms. I forgot to send you all the info after
That's
our
okay.
Facebook chat. Yeah, it's
lockdown. It's not like there's anything else going on.
You have a point, yeah. You have a point. Right, tell us, Butterfly Net, brand new single out, and I really, really liked it because I heard the snippet of it, and that's when I contacted you on Facebook. I said, Warren, got to have this on the show. So tell us about the new single.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. It's my second single. It's launched on Saturday, so it's in all major online stores. And feedback's been good so far. Nothing much more to say than that. It's a good song, and I hope everyone digs it. But I think the feedback will come in the next week or 2, and we'll see.
Well, why don't we take a listen, and then we'll ask Martin what he thinks after the song. Because I don't think you've had a chance to listen to this yet, have you, Martin?
Not this one, no.
No, not this one. So I think that's why it's quite a good one. So let's get listening. Butterfly Net by Warren Garvey, and then we'll ask Martin what he thinks afterwards.
Color in my memory so I won't forget. Touch me with fire when I make you upset. And pick up my pieces when nobody's there. Oh, I need you beside me for my body to rest. To be married in December, we live for the night. And all that we've labored for, all that we've tried. Walking towards me down our crooked aisle. Oh, I breathe for the moment I make you my wife. And I'm hanging out over the edge, and there's nobody here could ever talk me down from this, knowing I'll never regret. I'll give you my all. I'm putting down my butterfly net. Staying in on Sundays and walking instead. Saying how we wish we saw more of our friends. Visiting the countries that we've never been. Oh, my heart skips a beat when I think of our kids. ever talk me down from this, and knowing that I'll never regret, I'll give you my all. I'm putting down my butterfly net. And give me direction, I swear I will give you your dreams. Stay by my side, and you know I will make you my queen. Let nothing come between us. I'm hanging out over the edge, and there's nobody here could ever talk me down from this, knowing that I'll never regret. So I'll give you my all. I'm putting down my butterfly net.
Butterfly Net by Warren Garvey on Discover TV New Music Mondays.
Very cool. Very cool.
Martin, I'll hand over to you right now.
Oh wow, put me on the spot. I was the thing I was thinking was it's lovely when a song sort of doesn't go quite where you expect it to go. So the sort of beginning of it, I thought, it's one of these very lovely acoustic numbers. But then when you got the drums come in, it starts sort of building up. Reminded me a bit of, and I always hesitate when I'm saying these things because I don't mean you're like this. I just mean it reminded me of this kind of connection thing. Sure. It was White Ladder era David Gray. If you remember that,
yes.
like Babylon and that kind of thing. That it's got that sort of vibe about it. That really sort of
good
cool,
call, that Martin.
Cool
now you're making me think about it.
Acoustic vibe about it. It's really lovely. It's a nice
Thanks,
track.
yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I was going for a bit of a Dermot Kennedy kind of vibe, but the song's a bit more poppy than what he would normally go for. So, yeah, but I worked hard on it, and it was done here in this room, in my wife's dressing room, with a mic and a loop pedal and a garage band. So, yeah, it's a easy track.
Sounds great. And Zoe, who we've actually got coming up after this, says super catchy, Warren. That's
Zoe
from London. Yeah. Love it, Warren. Thank you so much. Absolutely brilliant track. When can we expect a video for this? It definitely needs a music video.
I was just going to say, I wish I had a video ready for you guys. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to look at my face and three guys talking for 4 minutes.
At least you can see we're enjoying it.
Yeah. No, yeah, look, I mean, with lockdown, there is a bit more time to work on music and stuff now. But look, I've got a pretty hectic corporate job as well, so it is a bit tough. But I'm always trying to knock out a new single in the background. So
cool.
Look, I'm hoping for in the next 3 to 4 months there should be another single. Nice. And I mean, this one went out to 18 radio stations today. So yeah, hopefully it'll gain some traction on radio and kind of, propel me.
Kerry Ann's going to be playing it. I can see Kerry Ann playing that on Mix FM. So no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah.
Lekker.
Thanks so much, Warren.
Love the track.
I'd love to shoot a live version of that for Discover TV. We're back shooting again.
Anytime.
So we're back at it. So yeah, let's chat about that and definitely get to see what we can do. But thank you so much.
Lekker.
Good chatting to you. We'll chat soon.
Thanks for having me, guys. Cool.
Thanks, cool. Cheers,
Thanks
Warren.
so much.
Cheers, man. So guys, remember, we've shared all the links and we've still got one more to go, and she has been so patient. She's been an absolute legend sitting in the back. I mean, just hanging there, chilling, bopping along, listening to everybody. Let's bring her right in. Zoe!
Hello. Hey. How's it going? I feel like these cameras get more and more zoomed in, don't they?
I was thinking that as well, and suddenly like a huge
head.
A
wide shot if you want.
There you go.
No, I want this. No, because you can see my screen's falling down if I go the wide shot. The very first show we did, I had a green screen behind me and it collapsed after 1 minute.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm trying to make sure it holds out for the last couple of minutes of the show.
It's held up pretty well.
Yeah, you and I have just gone for this simple.
Yeah.
White wall background. So
no.
That's the sensible thing.
I always shoot videos against the plain background, but I need to get some art, I think, on the walls. It's a bit plain for me, but
Yeah, or a green screen thing like Julian goes through. So he pretends to be on the beach or in the middle of
Yeah.
Johannesburg or wherever he is today.
Oh, where would you like me to be now, Martin?
Just stay where you are. It's fine. We'll talk to Zoe. Stop showing off.
A nice little rainforest.
I'm in a cave now.
Oh, cave. Okay. So he's been waiting long enough. So don't watch you just play with your backgrounds.
There's been some really great tracks on. I love that last one, and yeah, really, really nice stuff being played.
We're so fortunate. Did you know Sophie from before? I don't know if you've met.
I recognise. I don't know her, but I think maybe one of my producers that I worked on this song actually. I think maybe worked with her. You know, there's a few crossovers, and Minnie I always mean to meet, but I think I've seen her a few times at Wilkstock, and then it's one of the, you know, you just kind of you sort of know people without really knowing them, but.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking actually it would be really good to do like an after party of your Monday, get everyone in.
That's a good idea.
You've just started it. No, you've just started something now.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Zoe, you have just started this. Now my brain is going after party. Martin, next week. Okay.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's it. Zoe, you're responsible for this, and therefore you have to come and play the first after party.
I'll rise to my role.
Such a great idea. You see, now you've got my head spinning. I'm just going to leave the rest of this interview up to you, Martin. I'm going to be making notes for the first after party.
Okay, yeah, you do that. Good. Yeah. So Zoe, thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging around. The new single came out last week.
Yes, last Friday.
Now this is Figured It Out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now this is well, I was going to say it feels like it's sort of the third single.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not entirely true, is it? Because you had quite a few, like you've had some songs out, but it feels like there was a big gap. There was a kind of a few releases and then a big gap, and now you're sort of back.
Yeah, exactly.
So is this like phase 2, Zoe Phillips? Is that
phase 2? Yeah, I think it's phase 2 or phase 3, but you're completely right. There's been a bit of a gap. So this is the third single of this kind of batch, if you like. And there's another one in the like ready to go. And then I'll put this batch out, I think, as an EP.
Fantastic. So. And is there a theme? I mean, it feels to me there's a theme that joins them, but you tell me, is there a theme that brings these songs? So Numb was the first one.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess there is in terms of the sort of performance and production. So these ones were recorded like I was doing the gigs at Wilkstock actually with the whole band, and then they've been done in the same studios and stuff. So I don't know if there's a theme sort of lyrically or song meaning wise, but I think more sound wise.
Okay. But certainly the tracks do have a message in themselves as well, though, don't they? There was, and you kind of connect with, I suppose, sort of mental health messages and things like that within your music as well.
Yeah, definitely. With Numb, that one was mental health based. It was so I have experienced mental health since I was basically anxiety since I was a child, but that one was actually about my sort of trying to help other people, so more from a caring point of view, from an outside perspective, looking on to someone else. But this song, however, it's not actually mental health or anything. This one, it's about meditation, and I go to this Buddhist group, and it's just about the concept of reincarnation, actually, which I don't know if I believe in. I don't think I believe in, but it just triggered me to write the song.
Fantastic. That's great stuff. And you're a big collaborator. You mentioned you've got a band, and you're a big collaborator as well. Is there I feel like I want to ask, is there going to be a dance mix of this track?
I hope so. I have I've got a couple of ideas for remixes, because I've had some previous stuff remixed, and I always love to hear how it can sound totally different to how you originally planned.
And
so we'll see.
You've worked a bit with on top line stuff for other producers in the past as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I've got a couple of things that I've been doing recently too in lockdown, because I think it's been a good time for just getting your head down and recording some top lines and stuff. So yeah, there's more of that. I feel like I try and cut myself into little pieces to try and be a dance person and then be a more kind of indie, but
Yeah, but I think it's quite good that you kind of feel like it's you have one of those voices that you may have heard, like I said, featuring on a track, and then kind of go, oh, that's that voice, and then you've got your own stuff coming out as well. And
I think I don't like to be too predictable.
To have two things,
Yeah, just keep mixing it up so people don't know what you're going to do.
It's a good plan. And what was it you were saying today? Oh, that's that I remember. I was going to ask you about. So the hair is deliberately matching the.
Oh yeah,
the
it's
single
fading
artwork.
already. I just again got bored. Typical lockdown. Found these different colours you can just mix them together, like blue and green. So I tried a bit of pink, but
Yeah,
my hair's so dark it doesn't come through that good for too long.
Brilliant. So Figured It All Out is out now. And
Yeah.
So are you going to gather these together as an EP release, or are they just going to sit as standalone things?
I will, yeah. So I've got two more basically, but they'll be part of an EP of the 5 tracks, I think. So yeah, that's the plan.
Fantastic. Shall we have a listen, Julian?
Let's have a listen. I can't wait. I'm excited. I did hear it for the first time today, and I loved it. Let's go.
Wow.
Zoe Phillips, Figured It All Out.
If we figured it all out, we start again. If we knew every answer, we'll be making amends. Hold on to now, make it last. Forgetting the future, forgetting the past.
Figured It All Out. Zoe Phillips on Discover TV.
Nice one. And so I said, like, fantastic congratulations on that track, Zoe, because I know you kind of release these. They just seem to hit really fast as well. You've already had well over 1,000 streams on that. I think over 1,000 on the first day of release, I think, if you remember.
Wow. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to put it out to some playlists and stuff on Spotify, but it's it's always hard to know which direction, I guess, to push, whether it be... I actually have a video planned for it. It's not out yet, but I've got a friend in Switzerland, and she's a really amazing dancer. I met her in Asia, actually, and she's going to do a really cool, dance. So
I can see it kind of like, what was her name that wears the hat with the thing that always around the front of her head? What's her name? That's
Sia.
Yeah, I remember the whole dance, that first single she did?
Yeah.
With the ballet dancer?
Yeah.
kind of that's what I'm imagining.
We'll see if it looks like that.
Love the song. It's beautiful. It absolutely is. My mom was
Thank
saying,
you.
love the voice.
Love the
My
voice.
mother's been watching the whole show. She's commented on every single track. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, thank you.
A legend.
So yeah, brilliant stuff. So yeah, we want to hear the not that we don't want to like move on too fast, but we do definitely want to hear the next one as well. So make sure you
Sure.
keep us in touch with everything that comes out. And good, I say good luck with it. It seems to have kicked off really fast. As I'm
Thanks.
not, I mean, I'm not being disingenuous about that. I know how hard that is to get that kind of level of impact from the start when you release a track. So that's really great stuff you're doing. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Thanks for joining us on Discover TV, New Music Mondays.
Thank you. I've got to work out how to move. Hang on.
No, don't worry. We'll
That's
take
okay.
you off screen, so don't stress about it. I've got it all.
We'll
Thanks
see
so much
you
for joining
later.
us, Zoe.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Thank
Bye,
you.
bye.
Bye bye.
New Music Mondays comes to an end, Martin.
Amazing. We've slightly overrun again.
Oh, it doesn't matter. But now Zoe
I
has
don't
got
even-
me on this. Zoe's got me on this thing. After party.
Yeah.
We got to do it once a month.
Good idea.
Once a month. Should we do it the first or the last Monday of the month? Guys, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
First or last Monday of the month. We'll post it on our both our pages tomorrow. See what people think.
New
But the
Music
idea
Mondays
is-
after party.
Yes, and we throw it as an event.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of artists come and play. They just come in like they do now, but they have to play.
Yeah. Good
I
sign.
think it sounds like a great
It sounds like a great idea. It's fantastic things. I think it might have been even it might have been Minnie Birch. One of the artists that we've spoken to anyway had said a similar thing about, you know, one of the things that you would do before a gig in pre-lockdown times, which you would gather in the bar beforehand, you'd have a chat and all that bit of stuff. In the lockdown period with live streaming, not been doing that. So what they've actually did was they organised a Zoom call before they went live with the show. They organised a Zoom call for people who wanted to kind of come on that, and they just had a chat, hang out, have a few drinks, and then they cut that off, and then they did the
I
gig.
went to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another band that I work with in South Africa, Good Luck, they've been doing it as afterwards as well. They've been doing, so everybody watches the show and then they have a Zoom call with fans afterwards and they go
Come
in and
and
chat
hang
to the
out.
fans after the show.
Great stuff.
Do we do it as a Zoom or do we rather just do it as kind of a StreamYard where we invite bands in here?
I know, we'll figure that bit out.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that
For
out.
playing,
And
for
also-
playing, StreamYard might be better for playing live. But we'll
yeah, I
figure
think
it
so.
out. We'll
Yeah, I
figure
think
it
so.
out.
I've also posted the new link, which I totally forgot to do earlier, and I remembered like in the last song of the show.
Well done.
Oh, God. But we have got a new link for discover.tv /new-music Mondays. Just go to discover.tv. You'll see there's a big button there that says new music submissions. You can choose the show that, or however the city, anything you want to, just get in touch with us, submit your music, become part of the Discover TV. Let us be your stage.
Good.
You like that?
Tagline. Like it.
Tagline, let us be your stage. I love it. It's been another awesome Monday. Next Monday, we'll hopefully be celebrating Liverpool's Premier League title after 30 years. And if we are, Martin, I will be having tequila. I'm just informing you now. If we've won the title, because in order for us to win the title, City have to lose to Arsenal on Wednesday.
Could happen.
And we have to beat Everton on Sunday. Then we've won the title. That's it. Lock, stock, and barrel. Otherwise, I'll have to hold off celebrations to the following Monday.
To be honest, that sounds like it's going to happen.
Although Arsenal haven't been looking too good in the build-up to this to this part, so I don't know.
True.
But anyway,
True.
look, I'm going to celebrate it at some point. One of these Mondays, I'm going to be having more tequila than I had that last
I
time.
don't think you're going to have to wait very long, Jules. I don't think you're going to have to wait very long.
Absolutely not. But thank you so much again, Martin. Love this show. It's my favorite part of the week.
Great
And
fun.
yeah, guys,
thank you
if
to all
if
the
you have-
artists.
Yeah.
Magic stuff, brilliant stuff. Thank you for joining in and being patient. Sometimes we're a little bit delayed, but it's great having you on board. Love the music, love the artists, love talking to you guys. So thanks a lot. It's amazing.
And we will be sharing all the music on our Spotify and YouTube playlists tomorrow. So we'll be adding those. You'll add the Spotify, I'll add the YouTube. So we get those going. We build it up. I mean, I've had such great responses to both playlists already, Martin. Guys are just like saying, thank you so much. I got a phone call from some of the bands saying, thanks so much for sharing our tracks on your Spotify playlist and on YouTube as well. And I think it's just a great thing to do. I absolutely love it. Should we play out with our new sting?
Do it.
Let's do it. Thanks, guys. This is New Music Mondays on Discovered TV, live from Johannesburg and live from
London.
London calling. We'll see you next week.